All right, so next Saturday, the main event, UFC 302, the pound-for-pound #1 fighter on the planet, Islam Makhachev, a man that's 25-1, the pound-for-pound best fighter on the planet, and a guy, seemingly, that is improving every single time. And he's taking on Dustin Poirier, a man that's a fan favorite, excitement personified, and he's got that dog in him, pushing back the surging contender Benoit Saint-Denis. But this man's been there. He's done it. He's got the T-shirt. He's made the money. He's amassed the wealth. He's got the respect of the fight community, but he's never been the undisputed champion of the world. And when you look at this on paper, Islam Makhachev, 25-1, okay, getting better all the time, taking on Dustin Poirier, 30-8, got knocked out cold against Justin Gaethje. He's lost fights. He's been knocked out. He's been submitted by Charles Oliveira. He got knocked out of Conor McGregor. On paper, you think this is an easy fight for Islam Makhachev. But when you dig a little deeper, when you look at the stats, the resumes, the history of these two fighters, well, I'll tell you what, it starts to paint a very, very different picture because, yes, Islam Makhachev is phenomenal and nobody's disrespecting him. That is not what I'm doing here, okay? We're just looking at facts, right? Dustin Poirier said Saturday night, win or lose, this will be the last time that he fights. Potentially, he's hinted at that. He wants to walk away, enjoy his family, be present at home, and go on to other adventures. He's made money. He's done it. He's cracked it. When you set off on becoming a fighter, he has achieved everything you want to achieve. And of course, he became the interim champion. But the undisputed, that's what we really want. That's what every fighter wants. That's what Tom Aspinall wants. That's why he's campaigning against John Jones so hard. Because, yeah, interim's great, but undisputed champion, that can never be taken away from. So as I say, if you dig a little deeper when you look at their records, you can start to form an opinion on why potentially Dustin Poirier is going to win this. Dustin the Diamond Poirier is going to finish his career as the undisputed champion of the world. Hear me out. Listen, 25-1. His one loss, he was knocked out in the first round, 1 minute 46 of a little right hook from a southpaw stance against Adriano Martins. Listen, he's only human. Islam got caught since then. He's been on an absolute tear and he's been dominating people. He's took out the likes of Chris Wade, Nick Lentz, Gleason Tebow, Kajan Johnson. Here's where it gets interesting. Arman Sarukian, but it was Arman on short notice, according to Arman. Then he beat David Ramos, Drew Dober, Thiago Moises. A great win. Dan Hooker, Bobby Green, Charles Oliveira, and then 2 wins back-to-back over Alexander Volkanovski, a man that was a featherweight, but also a man, remember, that was the pound-for-pound #1 fighter on the planet at that time. And the first one, it was a close decision. The second one, he knocked him out cold. So he really put a nail in that coffin of that rivalry. He put that one to bed and said, well, brother, this is
#1 bullshit.
I am the pound-for-pound #1. But when you start to look at Dustin Poirier's record, my God, right? This is a man that's earned it the hard way. The experience that I'm talking about. And yeah, okay, miles on the clock. And at 35 years old, we all know about the curse, right? The 35-year-old curse. And of course, that was spoke about against Old Man Volk versus Ilya Topuria.
This will be him now. Dana, who? Taxation office. My credit card details are 9036.
It's a scam. Hang up.
Well, that's the thing.
Remember Volkanovski playing up to it, going up to the press conference dressed as the old man and all the rest of it? Well, he got knocked out, okay? And Dustin Poirier is 35, and with all of that experience, which is great for the mind, and it's great for the training sessions, and you focus on recovery and all the rest of it, it does bring a lot of mileage on the clock. But let's look at the wins. He's been in there with the likes of Max Holloway, Cub Swanson, Conor McGregor, Carlos Diego Ferreira, Joseph Duffy, who was a great fighter, Michael Johnson, Jim Miller, Eddie Alvarez, champion. Anthony Pettis, champion. Justin Gaethje, fan favorite. Eddie Alvarez again. Max Holloway again. Lost to Khabib Nurmagomedov. Dan Hooker. 2 stoppages in a row over Conor McGregor. Yeah, he lost to Charles Oliveira. He got submitted in the 3rd round. Comes back, fight of the year against Michael Chandler. And then suffers the knockout of the year against Justin Gaethje. But then what does he do? He comes back, he pushes back the surging red-hot contender, the Frenchman Benoit Saint-Denis, in an absolute unbelievable fight, right, where he was getting taken down, where he was getting ragdolled, where he was getting tie-clinched into oblivion, thrown down, jumping the gillies.
And you miss all the ones you don't jump.
Going for submissions that he shouldn't do. But what happened? We know what happened. Round 2, he knocked him out. Dustin Poirier was almost finished multiple times in that fight. What did he knock him out with? His best shot. A little right hook. Flatline Benoit Saint-Denis. What knocked out Islam Makhachev? The one loss. A little right hook from the southpaw stance from Adriano Martins. Dustin Poirier is a live dog in this fight. Dustin Poirier is coming into this one. This is it. This is my last dance. And he's putting himself under a lot of pressure. He said, if I don't win this fight, I'm going to retire. If I do win this fight, I probably will retire as well.
I can grind back to it. I know I can. It's just, I don't have it in me. I'm not going to do it again. I'm not going to climb the ladder again.
That's a lot of pressure. He's also saying, my daughter is going to be in the building for the first time ever.
And my daughter is going to be there front row for the first time ever. I want to show her that you can accomplish your dreams.
I can't lose in front of my daughter. Well, guess what? People do lose in front of their children, in front of their loved ones. And I understand why he would say that. I've said that myself. No man alive can beat me in front of my children. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. When you're locked in a cage and it's someone like Islam Makhachev or one of the best fighters that the planet's ever seen, and you're standing across from them and there's 20,000 people in the octagon, millions all around the world, and one of those people is your kid, front row, and then your opponent is smashing your face in, picking you up, slamming you on your head, trying to choke you out, dropping elbows. The fact that little Timmy is sitting front row doesn't mean a goddamn thing. But it will put Dustin Poirier under an extra bit of pressure. And this is a cheesy line. But what does pressure make? We know it makes diamonds. And that's the nickname. And that's the cheesy line. But it's true. Dustin Poirier coming into this one, this is the last dance, the last stand, the last hoorah, the last shot for sure at the lightweight championship of the world. And I'm telling you right now, he has got the ability to do it. He is as mentally strong as any fighter that we've seen. He never gives up. He's got a black belt in jiu-jitsu. He's got great wrestling. He's got knockout power on his hands. And look at the resume. Look at the people that he's beaten. So he's going to go into this fight very, very confident, very self-assured, knowing that he's seen whatever Islam Makhachev can throw at him. And he's also seen the style and he's felt the pressure and the power of the mentor and the now coach of Khabib Nurmagomedov. He's been in there. He knows what to expect. He knows the mistakes that he made first time against Khabib. And he's got to take hold of that experience. He's got to fine-tune it in the gym, down at American Top Team with the help of Matt Brown. And they've got to come up with the master game plan. And they've got to right the wrongs, correct the mistakes, and make sure the fight stays on the feet. And if Dustin Poirier can do that, if he can keep this fight on the feet, if he can land that right hook, then he might just be the champion. But I tell you what, it ain't going to be easy. Because for all the resumes and all the rest of it, Islam Makhachev is a force of nature and he is only getting better. The reason why he hasn't fought as many people as Dustin Poirier is because he hasn't been around the organization as long. But he is going to do that. He is going to clean out the lightweight division. He's going to go after Leon Edwards or whoever the champion is at welterweight. He's got no plans on retiring anytime soon. So everything we're saying now about the resumes, that could be the same conversation about Islam Makhachev one day. That's what I said at the start. Before you start coming after me, all you Islam fans, because I know there's a lot of them out there. I'm one of them. I'm a huge fan of himself, of Khabib, the way that he carries himself, the way that he approaches the fight game in general, okay? Yeah, you won't see a bigger fan. I'm a massive fan, but I'm also a massive fan of Dustin Poirier, and I'm also a massive believer in conceiving, believing, and achieving.
Sounds like
I know that I'm going to knock him out.
You've ever read. Conceive, believe, achieve. Shut the fuck up.
And this might just be Dustin Poirier's destiny, okay? But you could say that he's already achieved his destiny. He's made the money. He's got the accolades. He's got the respect. He'll never have to work again. He's made millions of dollars through the hot sauce, the fighting, the bouts with Conor McGregor, the multiple red panty nights, okay? But it will keep him up at night if he can't retire as the undisputed lightweight champion of the world. Anyway, I've chatted for long enough. Given all of that stuff, and this isn't a prediction, it's just I'm whetting the appetite. I'm setting the scene. I'm giving you a breakdown and telling you about their resumes. Who do you think wins this fight? Subscribe, ring the bell, and I'll be back all week with a lot of UFC 302 content. So make sure you come back, and hopefully my voice will be 100% by then. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.